Oh, here we go. Hello, guys, and welcome back to Top Bins Football. Today, myself, Benny, and Louis will be going over the weekend's fixtures and what happened to those games. And I look forward at the midweek games, the Champions League games, and so what we're gonna think is you get what I mean. How are you guys?
No, good, bro. How are you?
Yeah, I'm alright, thank you, mate. Bit of a
Fucking hell. What, we're not missing Cal, no?
Oh, of course we're missing Cal, yeah. Always missing Cal. But anyway, so the good weekend of football. Some ups, some downs, some interesting games.
Yeah,
boring.
I think we should talk about the highlights straight away from the North London derby, from Rabona to the red card.
Yeah, like that's got to be arguably goal of the season shout. It's got to be up there.
It's up there. Not because of the class, because Rabona normally should be off the ground, like flies top corner. But like the audacity to even think about it, is
especially in a North London derby. But so yeah, obviously he came on for Son, who was injured. Did that.
Done his hammy.
Absolute like elation. Everyone was like screaming, happy. Like his teammates' reactions were like picture perfect. And then goes in the second half and gets a 7-minute red card. 2 yellows.
Yeah, he deserved it as well, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think the first one was a yellow.
Yeah, but he should have had a yellow before that happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or like there was another one not long after he got the first yellow where it should have been a yellow.
I don't think his second yellow should be a yellow either. Like, how do you know that's deliberate? But how? He's just running. He runs with his arms out. Like.
Yeah, like you see him give them more often than not though. Like if like you flail your arm and catch someone in the face, but
he had the ball at his feet. So, my favourite part of the weekend, because I fucking hate AFTV. They celebrated when Son went off, and they were celebrating a man's like career at jeopardy. I know it's not. It's just a pulled hammy.
Yeah.
But like they're celebrating when another man's hurt, and then laughing that Lamella's coming on. And then Lamella falls off like absolute sauce.
Yeah.
Like, you deserve that. They deserve not to win that because their fans alone are fucking awful. But in the game, Arsenal were 10 times the better side.
Yes, I agree.
There's no question there. What do you reckon, Benny?
Yeah, Arsenal were. They just looked better. They hit the what? They hit the. Was it Arsenal that hit the bar twice and post one?
Yeah, something like that.
Twice by once.
Yeah, and then just I do think Arsenal deserved it, but they were lucky with the penalty.
It wasn't a pen.
I don't think it was a pen either. I did to begin with, but watching it back on highlights and everything.
So I said it was. I said it wasn't at the beginning, and then everyone in the group chat said it definitely was. I looked back at it at a glance. Okay, yeah, it is. And then watching it again in multiple angles on Match of Day, 100%, never ever a pen.
No, because he'd. So, who was it? Was it? I can't even remember who the Arsenal player was. Laka. He went to take the shot, but he kind of missed the ball. And then his momentum took him into Sanchez.
Yeah, it's not a foul. It's not even a foul, let alone a penalty. Yeah, like he's airballed it, so he doesn't deserve to. He's not advancing with the ball. The reason it would be a penalty is you're taking someone down because they're advancing with the ball, but he's not advancing with the ball because he's lost the ball. But taking that away, it was never a pen. But taking that away, they still deserve to win that match.
Yeah. Yeah, like Odegaard's goal, I think the defence needs to be doing better, but like you have to be in the position to score those, and he did well with it, and like the pen, whether it was a pen or not, Lacazette was like the coolest guy in the building at that point, slotted it away. You know, it was a good pen. So, and I think Lamella costed them any chance of getting a point from that game.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I think Laka is proving himself that he doesn't need anyone else. Hello, Morgan. I I think Lacker's proven to be better than the credit we give him. I just think Arsenal were a better side. I don't really like Arsenal, and I think they play very negative football. But yesterday they played really good football.
And we said I was going to say we said in the live yesterday how we want mad respect for Arteta. Like, you know, players' standards were slipping with discipline. We believe it's because he turned up late or didn't travel with the team or whatever it was.
It was. They were all reporting he was late.
Yeah. So it was just like, well, I'm making this decision even though it's a derby.
Because Arteta hasn't come out and said because he's late, but even if he wasn't late, it's Arteta has said it's a disciplinary action.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what it is. Arteta has still gone out of his way and stopped him playing.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah, like he had the bollocks to do it in a derby as well, but like, no, you're not starting anymore.
Yeah, Morgan, we are just discussing the weekend's football, mate. And the upcoming midweek football, Champions League, all that stuff.
It probably would have got slated if the result went the other way, but like the fact he stood by his decision, you know, hats off to him. Mad respect for him.
The fact he didn't bring him on as well was a good thing.
Yeah, when you won all, you kind of need a striker on to like put the game to bed. Even 2-1.
Your club captain and your like star striker.
I think he's probably going to get dropped for his club captain.
Do you think?
Lacquer, because Arsenal someone tweeted and Arsenal retweeted it or something like that about Captain Lacquer stays cool or something, and it was like because their real captain is Xhaka, like he's the real fucking captain. Like they took the band away from him because of what he did with his shirt. I think because you can't. I don't think a captain should be someone who, first of all, can't speak English or isn't a leader. So and then, sorry, mate. He doesn't keep up. He doesn't speak loudly in front of like the team on that. So that he shouldn't be a captain anyway. Xhaka does all the leading. But then Lacquer also is a leader. So then Lacquer should be the captain. Aubameyang can't even speak English properly, so like that sounds like like Brexit, blah blah blah. But no, that's not it. It's the fact that it's an English club.
Should be able to like rally the team, speak to all the players, you know, communicate what you need to communicate. Like
he doesn't play enough. Well, he does, but he doesn't play because Mark Noble's the West Ham the captain, and he doesn't play. So then there's a second captain in Declan Rice.
Yeah,
but like. I've got weird things about captains. Strikers shouldn't be captains and all this other stuff. But if anyone, I think Lacquer is probably going to take the captain's band now.
Yeah, like there's argument that Xhaka could have it back, but obviously with what he's done in the past and that, like his temperament and that.
That's why Lacquer will take the band.
Yeah. But yeah, no, was a good game. Hindsight, we probably that should have been the watch along. But you know, who knows? You don't know until like hindsight's 2020, as we said yesterday. But yeah, good game, good derby, and a good result for Arsenal.
Can we go back to the start of the weekend,
So Newcastle Villa, Benny. What you saying?
It was incredibly boring. And
mate, how negative have Villa been without Grealish?
Yeah, they've been negative, but I saw something the other day about Paul Merson. Like without Grealish, Villa are a bigger one-man team now than ever before.
Yeah,
and I completely disagree.
I do, but
because
me saying they're negative without Grealish does not mean I think they're a one-man team.
No. I know.
I think Grealish brings a third dimension to their play.
And then also we lost our second most creative player in Bertrand Traore in that game as well. After
and
looks like he's cracked his ribs or something.
Matty Cash has been out as well, and he's creative down one side.
Yeah.
He's back now, but like you've been missing some creativity in different spots. I just think Villa's problem is they have no one to replace Grealish. When Grealish is out, you replace them with Barkley or El Ghazi or
Jacob Ramsey or something.
Yeah, it's not creative
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. So where this Paul Merson, he was like, you can take the Aston out of Villa, but you can't take the whatever. He said something, some complete rubbish, and I was just thinking, like, last season Villa got 35 points from 38 games?
Yeah.
Something like that. This season, like, without Grealish, he's been away for 5 games. We got 5 points.
Yeah.
That's not awful. The 5 games before Grealish went, we got 7 points from 5 games. So
which
if
is
he
average of 2 points a game, you should be getting.
Yeah, so if before he'd gone, we'd won every single game on those last 5, and then we'd gone and just got 5 points from 5 games, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I can see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But then let's also not forget we've got the 3rd most clean sheets, and it's like the 3rd least expected goals to be conceded. Which
but expected goals is a bullshit stat.
Yeah. Yeah. Considering a penalty is like 0.9 of a goal or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is but yeah, so it's like how can we be a one-man team? Because Grealish isn't the one in net making all these saves as well, is he?
No.
He's the one.
He's the opposite of defensive. He doesn't
track
back. He's a second striker. So like your defensive work has nothing to do with Grealish. Nothing to do with Grealish. And I don't think most of your attacking work has nothing to do with Grealish, but it's the middleman between the both. You have your strikers aren't getting any feed because players aren't playing. They play how they think Grealish plays, like just behind the strikers. But that's not what he does. He's feeding this midfield. He's like a puppet master controlling everything, and it's like that's what's missing, is your star player. And him saying they're a one-man team. Tell me any other team that's not like Villa, like, because like when like West Ham missed Michael Antonio, he's not our star player, but like, or even yesterday they missed Lingard. There was no feed. It's like everyone has a game plan, and that's how it works. That's just how football works. Like Man United have Bruno, Man City have De Bruyne. It's just that's how it works.
Well, we saw when Kane went for Spurs, Son score.
Yeah.
And they just dropped. It's a lot of
Don't read his name.
No, I agree with the point. I just don't.
Yeah, it's just the Yeah.
Yeah, we agree with your point, Mr. Normus. Yeah. He doesn't carry them. He does make them a lot better.
Yeah, but like that's what certain teams bring into like it stops a negative team going sideways and backwards to go forward, and that's what Grealish is bringing to the team.
Next game is the Fulham Man City.
Fulham
was it?
What?
No, it wasn't. No,
it wasn't. It was Leeds Chelsea 0-0.
Leeds Chelsea.
Oh, fucking
Chelsea.
Just a boring.
Mate, we speak about Leeds living and dying by the sword.
They've not shown it. Yeah.
Cool. Like the most exciting. I think the most exciting game, I can't remember who it was against Villa.
Yeah.
I don't think they scored that game either.
Well, Leeds haven't scored since they played Southampton, which was the 23rd of February.
So when they were on 30 games, I can't remember. When they were on like 20 games or so. 22 games. They'd drawn 2, won 10, lost 10, and had a goal difference of 0.
Mm.
But then after that, I think they've lost like 6, drawn 2 or something. So it's like they got to be known as this fucking die-hard team. Like we'll score. Mr. N. It's rare that Leeds are involved in 0-0. We completely agree with you, mate. We're always backing Leeds, not backing them because Benny hates them, but like
fair.
backing them as the exciting team.
Yeah,
because they'll score 5, concede 4, or score 3, concede 6. Like because they don't give a fuck. They're going out and just scoring goals, and like they'll just do what they need to do to get points. But recently, they haven't scored. Like the most exciting they've been recently was against Villa, and that was an awful game.
Yeah.
I can't even see a reason for it as well because they're not really missing any big players. So.
But they're still missing Rodrigo, but like he wasn't there when they were scoring for fun. Like,
yeah. I just went back and looked. They've only had one this season. They've only had one other 0-0, and that was against Arsenal. And they had one game that finished 1-1, and that was Man City.
In this game, Rodrigo got subbed on in the 35th minute for Bamford and then got subbed back off in the 79th. So be that a fitness issue or be that just wasn't playing very well.
On fire this season as well. Right?
Yeah, Bamford went down and got subbed off for injury. They brought Rodrigo on. I don't think it was injury because literally the play before he was subbed off, he was sprinting down the wing and like created a chance.
Yeah.
Then he got subbed
maybe
off.
it was a feeler, like send him out if he's okay. You can start next game.
Yeah.
Then he went straight down the tunnel after getting subbed off though. So,
it's an attitude issue then. Yeah, like Bielsa doesn't take shit, and he's probably told him, like we said before with the Hudson-Odoi thing, if you aren't good enough, I'm going to take you straight back off. And then I back managers that do that. Like the players aren't in charge, the manager's in charge.
Yeah, makes a stand. Well, we didn't really see that a couple of seasons back, but the last couple of seasons it's happened more and more often.
It didn't exist until recently, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll move on from that game because it was quite boring. On to another game which was still quite boring, but it at least had a goal in it. It was Crystal Palace West Brom 1-0 Crystal Palace. Just a penalty.
These weekends, mate, have been fucking shit for football.
They have
It was a pen. It was a Stonewall pen. Yeah. There's not really anything else to say about it. There was
nothing else about the game. There was nothing Palace is meant to be known as this like fiery, speedy team. Like that's what they've been built on, and they're fucking not. And
the only thing
West Brom are meant to be like, sorry mate, West Brom are meant to be like this hard man team winning midfield games, and they're in a fucking relegation fight, and there's no fight in them. There's nothing in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing to really talk about this game is Zaha was back and didn't take the knee. He's the first Premier League player to not take the knee.
It's quite a controversial subject, so I don't think we should speak about it too much because someone could take it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
But how I've read into this is he's refusing to do a knee because he believes, let's get that right, he believes that the FIFA aren't doing anything else about it. So why would he take a knee if they're not going to do anything else about it? That's a quote. That's not mine, guys.
That's what he said. He said it feels like something. He said it feels like something that the players are made to do, rather than do something else.
Yeah, we'll make them do this, so then we don't have to do anything else about it.
Yeah.
But that's just me saying that. Like I'm not.
That was what came from.
Yeah, don't quote me on these things, guys. I don't want to be caught out in some political rant.
Yeah. No. But yeah, so we'll move on from that game. But yeah, Palace win. I think it was something we all expected, but I think we maybe expected a little bit more fight from West Brom as they are in a relegation battle.
I had West Brom to win because I thought they were going to fight.
Yeah.
They got nothing in them.
Yeah, completely agree.
Next game was probably one of the best games that I've watched recently.
Everton-Burnley.
What are Burnley doing, bruv? What are they doing? This ain't Burnley.
We have 2 games this weekend that have involved arguably goal of the season.
Oh yeah, what's his
White
name?
McNeil.
Oh,
Banging goal.
just see it, but that goal just looks uncomfortable. Like to me, that he doesn't look confident he's scoring there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's has to change his body. Do you know when you take a shot with your left foot, but it's on your right foot, you have to run past the ball slightly.
Yeah.
That's what he had to do. But it was a beautiful goal. What a goal!
I'm just rewatching it now, just to relive it.
But Burnley don't do this.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Burnley sit back and take on 20 shots and then score 1 in the 70th and then defend again.
Yeah.
That's what dive ball is.
Yeah. They came out on flames though, like sticking 2 past like because I had 2-1 Everton or 3-1 Everton in my predictions. I saw 1-0 Burnley. I was like, oh, well, that'll be their 1 goal a game they get, and then they bang scored another. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Like,
Sean Dyche is also now the front runner to be the next England manager. So
interesting.
Burnley also are the only team to win away against Everton and Liverpool.
Mad.
That's another stat no one cares about.
Yeah. Got another one.
Go on.
No side has conceded more goals from outside the box than Everton this season, with 10.
I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, because that just means that they're keeping you out of the box, but then also keeper's not good enough to stop shots too far away. Evening, Carl.
Yeah. Also, Pickford going off injured.
Yes.
Trying to take his gloves off twice.
Yeah, tried to take his gloves off twice. So it was a Goodmanson shot, I believe. He kind of dove for it. Looked like he pulled himself like over his side or his.
He's just back off an injury as well, though. So
yeah,
it might be like a repeat of that.
Yeah. Obviously, they didn't have Robin Olsen.
Yeah. All this does is change the England setup, and I think it just probably solidifies Pope into that team now, which is strange because he's not good enough, or not this season anyway.
Well, he was to begin with, but he's just kind of he's just kind of gone down a bit.
I'd pick Sam Johnston now, but then Benny had a good point. He's never going to get in because he plays for West Brom.
Yeah, but I think the Everton keeper they bought on was good. He did all right. He saved some good things. He is 21.
Yeah, but he's never going to get in the England setup this year.
Well, that and he's Portuguese.
Oh, there you go.
Another reason.
That's
but yeah,
the main reason, to be fair.
I mean, he has been here since he's been in England since 2015. He was signed from Benfica to Arsenal. Goes back on your thing about yesterday about Arsenal have had good keepers and that you were saying in the live.
No, I said they have, but then they do have lots of keepers and they do fuck all with them as well.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go on the next game.
So the next game was the Fulham City game, 3-0 City.
It was another boring one. City just doing what they want to do.
City doing City things, yeah.
Yeah,
it's good to see them back doing what they do. Because they did take a shot last weekend, didn't they?
They did indeed, yeah.
Good to see Aguero score again after not scoring in the league for quite a while.
Penalty, but that's a confidence booster, isn't it?
Of course, yeah. And it's 3 goals in quick succession, wasn't it? It was like 13 minutes between all 3 of them. Yeah. John Stones just showing he's mustard, absolute mustard, yeah.
First name on the England starting 11 for me at the moment. Why was that so hard for me to say?
I believe you. I believe you. He is the first name written down. Him or Harry Kane, but because it's Harry Kane, but like due to current form, John Stones first name. Easy.
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
Yeah, that was actually Aguero's first goal since January 2020 in the league.
In the league, yeah.
But that is only 13 games.
Which is
so he has missed so much.
That's a lot for a striker like him.
Yeah.
13 games without a goal, but a lot of them would have been 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there.
Yeah.
But so that's why stats you can't really trust.
Yeah. Have you seen the rumours of him maybe going to Barcelona on a free?
Oh, that'd be nice.
I think at the end of the season or something.
Well, potentially Messi's coming over this way, so that would make. I don't think it would make sense for him to go over there because he's very good friends with Messi. So it's like, I think it would make sense for him to go over there to replace Messi.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't make sense because they are like the closest of friends. So like, that would be another reason to have Messi over here as well.
But would he replace Messi, or would he go in for like the striker role, the Braithwaite? He'd take over Braithwaite, for example.
I think he'd fit into, because he's getting older. I think he needs to play, to fit into that number 10 role a bit more.
Yeah, I can see it. I don't personally think Messi will come over to England.
No, I don't. But like, I'd love to see it.
Oh, I would like. Yeah, I'd love to see it.
What I'm saying is, keeping Aguero would be a bargaining chip. Like, look, your best mate's here.
Yeah, come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next game?
Yes.
Southampton, Brighton.
Good to see Brighton back.
Yes.
They're still super wasteful. But they got 3 points, so fair play to them.
Yeah.
Lallana got another 90 minutes as well.
Huh?
Lallana got another 90 minutes, and it's like helping with the team's probably like
experience.
What's the word? Yeah, experience. They did have 6 shots apparently. No, they had 8 shots. Brighton, 6 on target.
Yeah, okay, that's not as bad as normal.
No.
So when they don't just take every chance, like they were a couple of weeks ago, they had 20 shots and none on target. It's like,
yeah, that was against Crystal Palace, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're not just like shooting there. It's not there. Don't fucking take it.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of probably rebranding the way they're going to strike, and I like Brighton. I like Gross. I like McAllister. I like Basuma. So I like most of their players. I think they're all Premier League players that should be in a better club. But saying that, they're all at that club for a reason. You know what I mean? They're all at Brighton for a reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to see them back winning. And it's tough to see Saints lose though.
Yeah, Minamino didn't do a lot again, did he?
I think he's overrated, and I think him going there is just proving it to me. Like people saying, oh, he's not getting in the Liverpool squad. He's good, he's great, but he can't get a Liverpool squad over Salah and Mane. Yeah, and that's completely true. Like we can't expect him to be better than Salah and Mane. He goes to Southampton, plays one great game, 4 shit ones.
Yeah.
It's like, is this proving our points?
And then he's being left on the bench as well and getting taken off. So he can't be that good if he's getting. If he's that good and he's only missing out on the Liverpool team because of Mane and Salah, he should be starting and playing 90 minutes
week in, week out. Yeah.
Week in, week out.
Because who's better than him there? Like, you got him. What's his name? Who's their right winger?
Redmond.
Nathan Redmond.
Yeah, Nathan Redmond. So Nathan Redmond's getting in over Minamino. That just proves. Oh, that means Minamino shouldn't be at Liverpool at all. Redmond should be at Liverpool then, if that's the case.
Yeah.
But I want him to do well, so I honestly believe the hype, but it's not true, obviously.
Yeah, I think we bought him after playing a Champions League game against, and he had an absolute class game, and then he was on our radar, and then we signed him, but and he just sort of got lost in our ranks. Played like a couple of games, but mainly cup games and that, But yeah, the fact that I thought him going to Southampton, he'd show. It would either make or break him. It would show like he's actually class, and like you said, not getting in just because Salah and Mane are there, or it would expose him the other way. And yeah, it seems to be going the other way at the minute.
Yeah, I think this is probably going to break him. Liverpool probably sell him at the end of this loan. They probably need to. They don't need him. Though.
Yeah, I agree.
Our midfield is one of the places where we have sort of the most, or the more depth than.
Either.
Is more of a winger, yeah.
He plays the same game as Salah, so unless you're going to sell Salah.
Yeah, nah. But another goal for Che Adams, just continuing his good run of form.
I've got a feel. I don't really like him. I think he's too greedy. But yeah, he's good to get a goal. But he's not getting in that team if Danny Ings is fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Right, moving on to the highest scoring game of the weekend, the 5-0 win for Leicester. Hat-trick for Iheanacho.
His first ever hat-trick as well, by the way.
It's his first Premier League hat-trick. He got one for Man City.
Oh,
when he got an FA Cup hat-trick for Man City.
I read online it was his first ever career hat trick.
Oh, I might have got that wrong, but I thought I saw they said about he got a Man City one. Well,
Right.
it's either his first or it's his first Premier League one. We know that much.
Yeah.
Aaron, I fact checked your statement about Chris Wilder.
Yeah.
It's true.
So people at home, people weren't listening because that wasn't on record.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
Go on, tell it.
in his 5 years in charge at Sheffield United, Chris Wilder never lost a game by more than a 3-goal margin, and then in the first game he's not in charge, they lose by 5. It's mental.
It was also their heaviest defeat in any competition since September 2008, which they lost 6-0 to Arsenal, and it's their heaviest league defeat since April 2000, where they lost 5-0 to Blackburn.
Wow.
Yeah, like we said before we started the live broadcast, people at home, that Sheffield they just used to grind out results or have results ground out against them because they were known for their big midfield. And and there are people like Paddy Kenny in goal, who's like a fucking legend. And it's like they'd either win 1-0 or lose 1-0, you know, like that sort of thing. They're not very high scoring, and they were very low.
Yeah.
Conceding. So
there was only one time that they conceded 5+ goals under Chris Wilder, and it was a 5-4 game against Fulham.
Mental. But yeah, so the Iheanacho hat-trick, Vardy got 2 assists, so like when he's not scoring, at least he's getting some numbers on his stats.
He got 3, didn't he? Didn't he get 2 for Iheanacho and then the own goal?
Well, it's not coming up here as a assist for the own goal.
For an own goal.
Well, he got the own goal as well.
Iheanacho, before this recent run of form, we said on the podcast before, he hasn't scored in 2 years, and now he's doing what
he's
he
on fire.
He scored in 3 games. He scored at least
5
once
goals.
in the last 3 games.
Yeah, 5 and 3. Yeah.
6 and 3, isn't it?
Oh,
he got 1 at Burnley.
Yeah, 6 and 3. Yes, mental.
He got 1 against Burnley in their 1-1. He got 1 in the 2-1 win over Brighton.
That means it's 5.
And then he got 3 against Sheffield.
Yes, that's 5.
Yeah, that's 5, Benny.
Oh yeah, that is 5. Oh.
You're confusing me and all.
Yeah, so there's not much to say about that game because it wasn't as exciting as 5-0 sounds. It's very one-sided.
Yeah, it was a very second half game as well. Like the 1 goal in the first, and then a flood of goals in the second.
Yeah.
Own goal off Ampadu. I didn't actually see the own goal. Was it unlucky for Ampadu, or was it poor defending, or what?
It looked like it was going in before, but it would have gone just wide.
Right, I see.
Kane. It was like one of those ones where Kane kind of ran up the wing and you like kind of put it in.
Kane
it could
did,
either
yeah.
go goal or cross. Not Kane, Vardy.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. So yeah, the next game was the derby. I don't know if you want to cover that again because we spoke about it at the start of the video.
No, we went past it.
And then the game we watched last night, the United West Ham game, cagey game. Unlucky own goal for Craig Dawson. Would have been a cracking goal if it was the other end of the pitch.
Real defensive from both, wasn't it?
Yes.
West Ham went out to draw. That was clear. They went out to draw. The only way they would score against United was aerial threat or a bit of bullying, and there was nothing really exciting from both teams.
Yeah, very.
I think Craig Dawson's in the wrong for that own goal because there was no threat against him. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's just a.
Bruno was kept in the back pocket.
Yes.
Bruno doesn't play big games. West Ham should not be a big game for a player like Bruno, and
No.
he did nothing. Yeah, he got an assist, but it was a known goal, so it's not a real assist. He took the corner.
Yeah. You are a big team this season.
It's not a big game. It's not a big game.
True. But yeah, he has been a bit quiet recently. Old Bruno.
He's still got a fucking 8.5 on United stand.
Speaking about own goals and brilliant own goals, Did you see Mustafi's earlier in the week?
Yes. Absolute quality.
I tweeted it. If you're not following the Top Bins football Twitter, go follow it.
Yeah, it's funny.
I tweeted Mustafi's just scored a great headed goal in the Bundesliga. Such a shame it was in his own net.
Then his defence went and conceded 4 more, didn't they?
Yeah, they were like, I think they were 2-0 down, and then they lost 5-0 to Wolf. Was it Wolfsburg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that brings on tonight's game. Let us know your predictions in the comments, please, guys. I've gone 1-0 Wolves, strangely enough.
I think I went 2-1 Wolves, didn't I?
Really?
I went 2-1 Liverpool because I'm not going to bet against the team. Yeah, all very plausible scorelines with how Liverpool have been this season.
Most of us have earned no points this weekend, honestly.
Yeah, this weekend's been shocking with our.
I went for the points earlier. I'm on the most with 5. Tabo's got 4. Everyone else has got 2 or 3.
Yeah. Shocking.
Should we talk about some departures that have happened this week as well?
Yeah.
Obviously, we touched on Chris Wilder leaving Sheffield.
Yeah.
Portsmouth have released their manager, whose name is... What did I call him earlier? Something Jacket.
Kenny Jacket.
Kenny Jacket. After 4 years, and they sacked him a day after losing the EFL trophy to Salford.
He has only won 1 in 7.
Yes. I'm just trying to find the other people's names.
Lee Bowyer was released from Charlton today.
Yeah.
After having a great season. And Birmingham.
Yeah, and the people are saying that they think he left or sacked or whatever it was because he wants to go to Birmingham. Obviously, as Louis said, he played for Birmingham.
Lee Bowyer was a great player. But like, do you know one of those like great players that isn't great? You know what I mean? Like, they got in the England squad 1 in 10 games.
Carol's piped up with 2-1 Liverpool. Did you put that in as your prediction, or have you just said that now?
They're away, so they probably will win. Yeah, possible.
I mean, yeah, like our home form has been atrocious. Our away form hasn't been much better, but.
Oh, also speaking, your next home game is against Aston Villa, and it has been chosen as a Sky Sports game, so might have to do a watch along or something. I doubt it. It's April the 10th.
I might be back at work by then. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, let's hope not to see another repeat of
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back to work, boys. Right, for people at home, we are going back to work. Doesn't mean the channel's stopping. Just means the recording of such games will be like they'll be all over the place rather than set times. Yeah, we're not stopping the channel. People do watch it at home.
Yeah,
we might just have a video of like 3 of us or 2 of us instead of like all 4 of us.
Or now that Steve's here, there's 5, and it won't be like all of us. It'll just be like 3 and the other 2, and then 3. Like it'll just be like mix and match.
Yeah, the schedule might change ever so slightly as well because we'll be busier than just.
Mainly for Cal's editing, because Cal edits. It takes so long. He spends loads of time on editing.
Yeah.
So it'll be like we'll give him more time, so there's less stress and all that stuff.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So the games midweek, we have City Mönchengladbach tomorrow in the Champions League.
City are ahead, aren't they?
2-0 up, yeah, and they were away for that first leg.
So they've got 2 away goals, so they're winning.
Yeah, like I think we all thought that they'd beat Mönchengladbach anyway, regardless.
They're my pick to win the whole thing.
Yeah, like you can't really argue against like them being up there as contenders. So yeah, I think that's quite an easy City win. City go through, shouldn't have much trouble from Mönchengladbach. Real Madrid Atalanta. Real Madrid take a 1-0 lead into the
Away.
second leg, and they were away, so that's a 1 away goal for them.
They had 11 players that they didn't in different positions, didn't they?
Yeah, they had Isco as a striker, didn't they?
Yeah, so Real Madrid should be going through really, but we've seen madder things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Atalanta aren't mugs.
Yeah, and like we could see a Porto upset, like, you know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. Forgot about that.
It's only a 1-0 deficit they've got to find, and they're away this time. So if they score one, then that's cancelled out. You know what I mean? So
Speaking of the Porto game, sorry to change the subject.
it's all right.
So we gave Ronaldo a stick, and then on all the papers, everything like that, he's fucking useless. He's a bottle job, all that shit. He's then gone and scored a fucking perfect hat trick yesterday.
Yeah.
32 minutes in game.
Quick as well. It was in like 30 minutes.
32 minutes in game, but actually between the first goal and second goal, it was like 23 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who was it against as well, though?
They played.
Most of that league is shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
He should be doing that sort of stuff against Porto.
Yeah, it was Calgary they played yesterday.
Oh well, Calgary aren't.
Cagliari, sorry. I didn't. Yeah.
Caligari, yeah, whoever they are.
Yeah.
The Italian ones.
They're like mid-table. They're still like decent.
Yeah, they've got like the likes of I think Nainggolan plays for them, doesn't he? Now.
The streets know Nainggolan.
They're 17th, so they're down there.
Okay. Fucking hell.
But yeah, they do have Nainggolan now. Yes, you are correct. They also have the likes of Diego Godin as well.
Yeah, he's
really?
about 948.
Yeah, he is. He is. But yeah, perfect hat trick. Hat trick anyway. Regardless, I think it was his 53rd or 52nd career hat trick or something.
That's mad. 53 hat tricks.
Yeah.
Some strikers go through the whole career and not score 50 goals.
And he's had 53 hat tricks. Yeah, it's mental. It is mental. So the Wednesday games, Bayern Munich, Lazio. Bayern Munich taking a 4-1 lead in from, and they were 4 goals away as well. So that's good night. Lazio are gone there. Bayern Munich are just too OP. They're who I'm backing to win it this year. I think they hold their title.
Living in FIFA.
And the other game is Chelsea Atletico Madrid. Chelsea only taking a 1-0 into that. Goal. It was an away goal. And we know what they're like. We know they're very defensive. We know they score little, concede little. But Atleti, again, then they aren't they aren't mugs. So
Atleti are a very similar sort of team, though. They are boring. They are defensive.
Yeah. As we said before, I think we said the London Burnley versus the Spanish Burnley.
Thomas Partey was class in the Spanish leagues, and he kind of is a forward momentum defensive midfielder. So they got rid of him. It kind of like that creativity's disappeared in the middle. But Simeone's a class manager, and he can pull anything out of the bag. But I can't see Chelsea losing it.
Yeah, that's gonna be a cagey one. I think it would just come down to who wants it more on the day. With that, because Atleti, like you wouldn't put it past them scoring 2 goals and not conceding, but then again, the same with Chelsea. So
yeah,
they're gonna have Suarez. Who else plays for Atletico now?
João Felix, yeah.
João Felix, he's a killer.
Oblak. They have a good team.
They do have a good team
anyway. So it's just.
But like even João Felix is a defensive striker. Like everything about him is just defensive.
Yeah, let's not forget as well. They're 6 points clear at the top of the.
Yeah, that's mad. Absolutely mad.
Top of the league. That's the one.
Fucking hell, Benny. Right, what else we got, boys?
So Thursday, we have the second leg of the. I started speaking like Mike Tyson then for a second. Second leg of the Europa League fixtures. So Arsenal Olympiacos. Arsenal taking a 3-1 away lead into that.
Do you know what? I'm gonna say it out there. I think Olympiacos might pull something out of the bag. I don't think they'll go through.
They'll just make it interesting.
They'll beat them, but then go out.
Yeah, it'd be like 1-0 or 2-0 or something. It will get a bit feisty, but not enough to put them through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting game. Spurs, Dynamo Zagreb. Spurs taking a 2-0 victory in, but they were at home for that game. So
that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't matter.
Travel does affect them, but not that much.
You wouldn't put it past Spurs though, bottling it.
Yeah.
The thing is, if Spurs bottle that, Mourinho's gone.
But like, I think Bale performs against foreign clubs like really well, and Dele Alli is in form. Like, this is where these creative players come to shine. Is like against like let's be honest, Zagreb aren't in the same league as Spurs.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, and that's where these midfielders can show up and make them look world class, even though they're not. But
yeah,
I think Lucas Moura's been playing well as well at the moment. He's been doing well in these.
He's quick as fuck. So in these leagues against foreign teams, they don't know how to handle such speed.
Yeah, one of the players I rate highest is probably Højbjerg as well. That was a quality signing.
I love Højbjerg.
Yeah, he's strength in that midfield. So
he's
the next
up there with one of the best CDMs.
Yeah,
in the league.
100%. 100%. So the next game is Molde Granada. Granada taking a 2-0 home lead into that.
Doesn't matter, because whoever goes through is going out.
Yeah, yeah, fully. So it's
unless they go through and they get another fucking team that we said would. This one.
Yes, yeah. So like, if Zagreb somehow managed a result against Spurs,
because we said in the last round, Molde and they both go out. They're both going out.
And then they drew each other.
Yeah. Well, one of them's going out, but yes. Yeah, it doesn't matter who wins that. Granada should see that home, but they'll be going out next round anyway, barring any sort of weird matchup.
You honestly, for a man who knows loads about football like Steve, he does talk absolute drivel. I can't wait to see, because he sent me his fucking perfect player. I can't wait to see his version. So for people at home, Steve is obviously the 5th member of Top Bins. We did the perfect player video, and it was Steve's idea, but he couldn't join the video at the time. So now he's gonna goggle box us. So he's gonna watch us and break it down and tell us where we're wrong. I can't wait, because I've seen his team.
Interesting. Shakhtar Donetsk, Roma taking a 3-0 home lead into that. They should see that home. Shakhtar Donetsk, they're not a bad team by but they're not world class. They but I think 3-0 is just a little bit too much for them to recover from. Yeah, you only see a few upsets like that every now and then. AC Milan, Manchester United. Cal, if you're still in the chat, I want to hear your opinion, but I think
everyone get your opinion.
Yeah, everyone get your opinion on that one. But I think AC Milan win it.
Depends on their lineup, because I know, like we said earlier, teams aren't just one-man teams, but one man can change a game, and I know he's 58 or whatever, but Zlatan can change that game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because Man United's defense don't like physicality. We see it against teams all the time, and Zlatan will just bully the fuck out of that defense. Bailly included, just like if it's Bailly he plays, or if it's Lindelof or Maguire, with any of them, I can't see AC not doing numbers there.
Let's not forget as well, AC only need words.
They need a draw.
Yeah, AC could play for a 0-0, and they'd go through.
Which is rare. We shouldn't be really playing for 0-0s.
Well, no, but
if they do, they go through.
Yeah, and they could very well have had a two goal advantage.
They should have had a 2 goal.
Well, you say that, but I agree. It should have been a goal. There's no way it should have been counted against them. But if that happened, you don't know what happens in the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, you could also say United should have scored 2 with Maguire.
Maguire missing his sitter.
And AC's goal should have been stopped by the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah. If we're going to ifs and buts, we can.
You can't say we're taking this factor, but not this.
Yeah.
I think, but AC, I think, are the better side.
Yeah, I think AC win that. It's a big enough game to keep Bruno quiet as well.
Yeah.
So.
And they only just played at the weekend, a very physical game. I know West Ham aren't that physical anymore. Like, they're not hard hitting, but they make you work.
Yes.
So it's hard playing 3 times, and then they'll play again at the weekend. So he because they're still in the FA Cup, so he'll have to rest someone.
Yeah. But yeah, I think AC Milan win that personally. Cal's, but I reckon. Go on, someone else read it.
I reckon we'll nick it 1-1 at home. With our home form going into an away leg, I reckon we'll do it 2-0. No.
Wait, hang on. What?
That message is confusing.
1-1 was at home, and their away form.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay, I get him now. Because I thought he said, I reckon we'll nick it 1-1.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that doesn't mean you'll go through.
That's exactly what he wrote.
Yeah.
But like what it means is different. But away form does not count abroad. That's not how it works. You know what I mean? Like, when you're abroad, it's not the same deal. There's more factors.
Yeah. And it is actually at the San Siro as well.
I can see both teams winning it. Honestly, I think it depends on the lineups. But,
I reckon this will be the tightest game of all of them.
I think that's going to be the one I watch on Thursday.
Yeah.
If I watch any at all. So the next game is Rangers Slavia Prague 1-1. I think Rangers win that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him win it because I'd like to see him progress.
They're my pick to win the whole thing like a fucking idiot.
But I don't think they can. They're at home as well, so that's an advantage for them. But they can't take Slavia Prague for mugs because they're a team that can cause an upset.
I mean, Slavia Prague knocked Leicester out, obviously, sitting 4th in the Prem or wherever they are. They could do it. Rangers are top. Rangers have obviously just won. They will be. They'll get their Guard of Honour.
Their Guard of Honour won't be in Europe.
Well, no, I know, but they'll be getting it
against Celtic.
Yeah, so they'll be on a high.
That's sweet.
If they can beat Celtic. Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
No pressure now.
I think what we said. Carl's just put read the commas. You didn't know.
I did know.
I think the only pressure they have will be one they put on themselves, trying to get the invincible run. Because they've still not lost in the league.
What I mean is there's no pressure for them to win this. Like, there's no pressure for any Scottish team to win a European trophy.
Yeah.
So there's no, they can go out there and just have fun. And they do. That's what Rangers do. They go out there, they kick people up in the air, and they just have a good fucking time.
Yes.
Yeah, they've qualified for it no matter what by winning the league. So they don't. It's not down. Yeah. So it's not down to them winning this to get into Champions League.
Yeah.
If they win this as well, that's
just gravy.
For them.
Yeah.
But they're already
they've
qualified.
Never won a European Cup.
Yeah.
I think Celtic definitely have at least one. They might have 2. They definitely got 1. And so then this is the only thing that holds Celtic can hold over them. Who's the bigger club? Because it's very up in the air. Because all the stats are quite the same. They've won the same amount of leagues, same amount of Scottish Cups. The only thing that holds Celtic over Rangers is the European Cup. So this could be their way to then take that away from them. You no longer have this over us.
Yeah.
And that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see Rangers do well.
Yeah, agree. I'd like to see I'd like to see Milan go through. I'd like to see Rangers go through, and I'd like to see them come together in the next round. I think that'd be a good matchup.
I've just looked. Celtic have won a Champions League. Rangers have only won a Cup Winners' Cup, a UEFA Cup Winners' Cup. So, it's not the same.
They need a European trophy, like a proper European trophy.
Yeah, it's not recognised.
Yeah, so there's Villarreal, Dynamo Kiev. Villarreal are taking a 2-0 away victory into that, so I think they see that home. No, they're not. They're not at all. It's always like those Ukrainian teams. They can grind out a victory. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, Villarreal should see that home. But we could see it. That's another one where you could see an upset. And then the final game, Young Boys Ajax with a 3-0 home lead into that one.
Ajax are in amazing form though at the moment.
They are.
They've drawn one game in their last 6, and like they've drawn one, they've won all the others in their last 6.
Yeah.
So I probably should have worded that they've won 5 and drawn 1 in their last 6.
Probably would have made more sense, Benny. But
yeah.
But yeah, even with the loss of their keeper and obviously not including their record signing in their squad.
You know what? I forgot that happened.
Yeah, but they've been playing so well without him.
What, the fucking druggie?
Yeah, and obviously it must have been because they were trying to put it off like it wasn't something serious, it was something mistake.
It is.
It must be serious because he hasn't been like reinstated, and it was like a month.
He's
and
banned.
a month and a
He's
half
like genuinely banned. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that proves like he genuinely is taking fucking performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah. Who is their keeper now? Is it Stecklenburg?
Yeah.
Third choice Southampton keeper now, playing and performing well in Europe.
Mental. They're not yet. It won't be long.
They're not. They're in a couple of minutes. What do you think, Aaron? Do you think there's going to be any changes, or do you think it's going to be a full strength squad?
What I think is Keita will come in.
Yeah. What do you think your centre back partnership? Do you reckon it'll be a new one, or?
Do I need to join that Discord to explain my thoughts? No, because I explained your thoughts, you dead din low. I was on your side. You don't need to explain it because we don't want them to win. That's what you want. You just want to come in.
Yeah. You want to come in here and go, oh, but we do this, and this. And it's like...
I'd explained your...
Yeah, we just read it wrong to begin with. We sorted it out.
Yeah.
God.
We know what you said.
Oh, he's getting a smack next time I see him.
I'll put an F in chat for Cal. What do you reckon Wolves team? Do you reckon they'll keep it the same? Any changes?
Did we see Jimenez?
I don't think so.
Not yet.
I don't think it's far.
I don't think we'll see him all this year. But he has been training. So
yes,
I'd like to
with
see him
the Aaron cap.
Should we touch on the likes of the England under-21 squad that got posted for the Euros?
Yep, we can do.
So we're seeing the likes of Ryan Brewster for some reason, Mason Greenwood, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Eddie Nketiah, Emil Smith-Rowe.
Emil Smith-Rowe is the only shock to me. Also Greenwood, because they could both make the first team.
Yeah, they were both arguments for like the main plane, weren't they?
But then, if you take Greenwood, you can't take Rashford. They're the same player. So it's like, he's obviously chosen Rashford. Emil Smith-Rowe going in as a striker as well into the Euros, which then they're leaving out Foden and who else?
Saka, Jude Bellingham, who is doing great at the moment.
No, he's not though. He's doing okay. But he's still 18, 17, 18. So.
Yeah, but he in the Champions League games, he's run it. He's had like... He has been that midfield player.
Unless he's getting picked up for the first team.
Yeah, he could be. So the likelihood of seeing any of them actually featuring the first team squad, barring injuries, because if there's an injury, they'll probably go to the under-21 player to call up.
Yeah.
We probably won't see any of them feature.
Well, sometimes you don't. Sometimes, so like, let's say Barkley, because he's like, or Lingard, because he's over 21. He doesn't make the first initial squad. Someone's injured, they'll go like they might go someone older, but normally they'd go an under 21.
Yeah.
Do we want to hear the teams?
Yeah.
So the Liverpool team: Alisson, Trent, Phillips, Kabak, Robertson, Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Thiago, Mane, Jota, Salah. On the bench is
Right, so,
Adrian.
Wait. Just say those. Say the last. Wait, it's Firmino and Jota playing.
No, Thiago, Mane, Jota, and Salah
Oh, okay.
were the last ones. On the bench, they've got Adrian, Milner, Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Curtis Jones, Simicas or however you say it,
Yeah.
Shaqiri,
Curtis Jones,
Reece
maybe,
Williams, and Nico
21.
Williams. Yeah, Curtis Jones is in the under-21 as well.
Yeah.
Which means we definitely won't be seeing him in the first team, I don't think.
Yeah.
Which I don't think he's ready for anyway.
No, I don't. In the Wolves team, there is a return for Willy Bolly. He is starting. So it's Patricio Bolly, Cody, Saiss, Semedo, Neves, Moutinho, Johnny, Neto, Jose Willian, and Traore.
Hmm.
Right,
So they've dropped Dendoncker from the back to put Willy Bolly in.
Yeah.
But I think that's the only change.
But that sounds like they're playing. What's his name up front? Traore up front.
No, I'm thinking they'll play wings like.
Like 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you got a knife.
Yeah, like. I don't know. It was on my desk.
What was that?
He just had a knife he was waving around.
Oh.
I didn't think of it. I was just like twisting it in my hand and stuff, and then I've just gone like that, and I've thought shit and thrown it on the floor.
That lineup, I'm gonna say I'm confident with. Having Fab back at the CDM role.
But he's now playing Kabak and Davies together.
No.
Kabak and Phillips.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's the same squad that won against Leipzig.
Yeah. Yeah, so if we can
then...
perform like we did against Leipzig, then I think we'll be all right. But again, we've seen that's not the case.
Wolves are a lot more physical than Leipzig. I want to see how these new guys that can deal with some actual some physical.
The likes of Traore and stuff.
Traore, yeah. I think Robbo will just be stuck on him. Just stick Robbo on Traore. That's the only way you're going to deal with him.
Yeah, and then that takes slightly away from Robbo's... Because Robbo's going to have to take into account his pace and his strength. He's going to have to maybe not go up the field as much as what he normally does.
Well, I don't think he should anyway. He's not actually that good at an attacking defender. He does his job, but he's not known for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I stick with my my draw. I reckon.
Yeah.
I don't think the teams is going to change my mind because, like we said, it's the same team as Europe, but you're just performing better in Europe than in
Hello, Dan.
the league.
Hi, Dan.
Ask Chamber if he says hi.
No. But yeah.
What's your predictions then? Well, Cal, ask Dan. What's his prediction for this game?
And anyone else in the chat?
Yeah, anyone else in the chat? There is. I know there's not that many of you tonight. It is a Monday. We won't be here much longer. I don't think, guys.
No, I think we've covered most of the stuff. But yeah, let's see if there's any more predictions, any final comments from the chat before we wrap it up for today.
Is there any other football news that's gone on that we want to mention? Like, has anything big happened in the football world? Because I can't think of any.
No, nothing major that I can think
Still
of.
taking a piss out of Cow the Dragon on TikTok. It's getting really bad on TikTok.
Yeah, it is.
It's not funny anymore.
No. I might make a TikTok. I probably won't. Yeah.
Benny the Beagle.
No, it's like people. It's like Watford and that. Like
Watford, he's genuinely down to 2 on Liverpool. Like there's another team beginning with W. Walton.
Waterford or something. It's like a semi-pro team.
They've gave him a trial, or they said if we get 500,000 likes, we'll give him a trial. It got 1 million likes, so they've said we've got to give him a trial now after lockdown. Watford have said if he has a good trial, we'll offer him a job. Cheltenham have said the same. Exeter have said the same. Like they're taking the piss out of him. Like,
it was Walthamshire.
And they all these teams are like speaking to him like he's a pro, and he genuinely believes it because that's how his mind works. Because he's like, this might sound like a real a wrong way to say this. I think he's autistic, right?
Yeah. I think.
And so he believes that all these teams are going to give him the fucking world. And then there's fucking real pros who've been released from their clubs due to this fucking corona and all this shit. And they can't make it as a pro anymore because of their contract. Especially teams like Exeter, because they aren't like big teams. So they've like released a load of their players, and then they're fucking giving. If this is true, they're either they're taking the piss out of him, or they're taking the piss out of real football players. So it's like it's a lose-lose.
Yeah. He's got 489,000 followers. Fair enough. Some of his videos.
It was only 108,000 last week because we spoke about it, Benny.
Yeah. Because like some of his stuff is good. Some of his saves are good. I sent Louis one of like his top saves of 2018. It was in like a real size goal.
Some of them are alright.
Some of them are good. He's like an okay keeper, but he's not a. He'll never make it pro, would he? He's not that.
He's funny. It's funny because he does that all overreactions and he does the Black Lives Matter thing in the middle of the goal. Like it's like all a bit of a laugh.
And they get up and like pretend he's telling people off and stuff. Like,
yeah, it's all a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, it's got good comedic value, but I think trying to go pro, if like it could ruin him.
But like you see on other people's TikToks, like it comes down. Like if you just scroll through the For You page, it would like a random team would come up. Like Leicester City Football Club came up the other day.
Yeah.
It was showing me like the James Justin goals, and it was doing that stupid James Justin's crack. Like my friend Justin's cracked on Fortnite, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
But then click on the comments, and Cal the Dragon's in there. Are you looking to sign a new goalkeeper? And then he genuinely believes this, and that's why I think it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, they've done videos as well. Like they've done that, the Forestieri Hog Dini.
Yeah.
That was against Leicester, obviously, and they put this is what happened. I'm pretty sure it was Leicester, wasn't it?
Cardiff, because Whittaker missed the penalty. Yeah. And he's a Cardiff fan.
I thought it was Leicester. Like
no, it's Cardiff. Yeah, I remember because earlier on in the season, Whittaker scored a penalty to then knock Watford out of the top 2 and put Cardiff into the top 6, so it put them into promotion.
Well, whatever team it was, that team then put something on TikTok of going, here's what would have happened if Cal the Dragon was in goal.
And they cut the ending and then put one of Cal's saves on it.
Yeah.
So it's like, Dini! And he's going,
whoo!
I think we should end it there, boys.
Yes, so anyone that's been watching, thank you very much. If you haven't already liked, please like the video, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching.